Welcome to Weather Seca Raceway, Laguna Seca, qualifying underway for the Fort Worth Screen Printing GT-3 Challenge. Drivers on their outlaps. They just released from the pit seconds ago. Matthew, strawberry milk car, and Jacob brought it back finally. Wasn't having any good luck in the chocolate milk car, so he brought back the strawberry milk car. Gary Warren just behind Jacob Peterson. Let's get our overlay fixed up and working here. There we go. Get the Twitch one out. About. Got a track map. I need to move it over. Just a little bit. There you go. Got ourselves a track map for qualifying. Regan Carty, lots of clear track ahead. Bodes well for Regan. Matthew Koo. Most of the field is out there. Let's see Zach Mitchell. There's Zach. Daniel Law and Scott Elston may be waiting here. See some rocks getting kicked up. There's Logan Wilson in the foreground, that red Corvette. He's throwing up rocks. Isaac just behind. I believe that's Ryan File of the Lamborghini 81 Lambo. There he is. Garrett Warren just behind us. Well, that's a little bit off track there. A little bit off track for Isaac. I used to have something that would tell me. There it is. Regan Carty, first one to get a lap in. Had all that clear track. Top of the boards in the 77. Now we can get a current lap look. Macus goes P2. And Blake Jackson takes that away. BMWs take second and third. Logan Wilson's Corvette, after kicking up the rock, still fourth. Brad Wilson in fifth. Ryan File in seventh now as Scott Rankin jumps up there. I think Wilson just spun Corvette. About to throw more rocks everywhere. My gosh. Here come the rocks. Got them going everywhere. Regan's tops with 6 minutes to go in qualifying. Scott Rankin with the Lamborghini up to P2. Going around the outside of Jake. Mediocre. Zach Mitchell, third fastest right now. In the Ferrari. Blake Jackson, BMW in fourth, and Macus in the BMW fifth. Logan Wilson's Corvette is sixth. Elijah has this Mercedes in seventh. Brad Wilson, McLaren in eighth. Nathan Lafayette spinning out there in a McLaren in the ninth spot. Ryan Files Lambo is 10th. Mark Sherman, McLaren in, well, now 12th. Jacob Peterson goes to 9th, and Cleo blinking in and out. Somewhere around here. There she is, there she went. There she is, there she went. Cleo Curley 13th. Now 14th as Isaac goes to 11th. TQ Iturbe not getting a lap to count yet. See if that changes here. Look at all that debris. We're going to be talking about that a lot this race. That lap register for Diego goes all the way to 4th. Comes the fastest of the BMWs. Just ahead of Blake and Macus. Scott Rankin in the Lambo P2. Ferrari's top competitor, Zach Mitchell in third. A whole host of BMWs. Then the Corvette, Logan Wilson. McLaren for Brad Wilson. McLaren on pole right now with Regan Carty. Mercedes 9th. McLaren 10th, McLaren 11th, BMW 12th, another Lambo 13th, Sherman and the McLaren in 14th, Taylor and the McLaren in 15th, Jake Mediocre, 16th right now, Cleo 17th. Colin may have just picked up an off track. We'll see if that counts or not. He's going back to the line, and the pink Mercedes throwing rocks all over the place. Gonna be a thing tonight. That did not count for Colin. Still no lap on the board. 24 cars here. Llewellyn not out on track. I don't think Elston's put in a lap either. Elston's just sitting on the pit lane. Diego coming back to the line. 125.861. Does that improve? Regan currently sitting on a 122.242. It's pretty good space to Nathan Lafayette. There's Nathan, and there's Regan, so pretty good gap as they come back to the line. Lafayette should be out of the way. See what kind of lap Regan can put in. Nathan posts a 24.9, not going to improve. Regan had some blinking issues, so I'm not sure what lap that registered as. A 122.498, so not quicker. Isaac's had an off track in the 26, going to bring some more rocks onto the racing surface. The current pole sitter, Regan Carty. See if Scott can pick up time here. 124.167. So a couple seconds slower there for Scott Rinkin. Oh my gosh, big off track for the 54 Zach Mitchell. That is not going to count. Diego picks up time here. Diego does not improve, stays in fourth. Mitchell just behind, still third. Blake Jackson's near them as well, down in the Andretti hairpin. Blake currently in the fifth spot. Wilson set his fastest lap the last time around, but did not improve position, stayed seventh. File on the Lambo is 8th. Brad Wilson just behind in 9th. Teammates at Shenandoah Shine. Colin Teague, the pink, marked in 10th. Elijah Toth, his teammates to Regan Carty. Toth currently in P11. Oh, that is Jake Mediocre getting wide in the 34 Strawberry Milk Machine. 45 Garrett Warren has yet to put a lap in cleanly. The Acura. See if this one counts. .132 was the lap time. See if it actually registers. So far it hasn't. Warren going to have to put it in on this lap. Won't have another one. At the top, still Regan Carty and Scott Rinkin. Davis Greenwell gets a lap to count. Goes to P18. James Prater moves up to 13th. Hi, Bull. I don't know if that buff would help him. See if you can make it back. Not going off track. Or hitting anything. Got a little wide there. That was your favorite track? Out of the final corner, we'll see if this lap counts. Currently 21 of the 24 cars would have lap in. Warren on his 8th attempt. It counts. He goes to 15th. Gets a lap in at the buzzer there. His 8th attempt to get a lap in finally goes through. All 22 cars that attempted a lap were able to get a lap in. Elston and Llewellyn will start at the tail of the field as they did not attempt laps. Should be all for qualifying there. I don't know too many cars that still have time here. Taylor in the last corner, maybe. I'll let my TV cameras go. There we go. It's Taylor Dixon and Nathan Lafayette coming back to the line. Tell what Taylor's time was. It shows is not complete. Oh, then he tags Nathan Lafayette. Lafayette does a 360. Comes to a stop, and Matthew across the line. 124.308 improves the time and not the position. Stays 14th. I don't think Sherman coming back around is going to count. It's been a while, but we'll see. iRacing shows 10 seconds. I don't think that's enough time to get back. And it should disappear right about meow. That is going to do it for qualifying. Regan Carty, your pole sitter in the 7. See if we can have a quick chat with our pole sitting machine. Well, that answer is no. He's not down in chat. Can't talk to Regan. He's not in chat. Oh, he's in drivers. Look at that. Oh, there by himself. Regan, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Well, we got pole here at the Laguna Seca track. A lot of dust, a lot of rocks kicked out on the track. How do we feel about the race, navigating all those hazards out there?
It's just going to be hell. So much clattering on the rocks, that's all. It's the entire track this is going to be this time. Because, I mean, even in qualifying, you see how dirty the track was.
Absolutely. So it's going to be more like a rally race than a road course. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I mean, may as well throw some wet weather in there as well.
All right. Well, good luck out there on this tricky track surface, and we'll see if you can pull off the win.
Thank you. Cheers. Regan
Carty back in his channel. And he goes back to wherever he was. He disappeared. Disappeared. Well, there you go. Go through our starting lineups here. Get most of the cars out on track. I'm missing a couple still, but no biggie. No biggie. We can make it through here. There's Regan Carty, the pole-sitting McLaren. Scott Rankin starts second in this red Lamborghini. Zach Mitchell in the Ferrari starts in third. Diego Turbe's BMW in fourth, and that is not annoying at all. Jesus, guys. Logan Wilson in the Corvette in fifth. Blake Jackson BMW sixth. Macus BMW starts in seventh. Ryan File in the Lamborghini starts in eighth. Brad Wilson in the McLaren starts ninth. Colin Teague Mercedes in 10th. Elijah Toth Mercedes in 11th. Jacob Peterson has the McLaren in 12th. James Prater Ferrari in 13th. Matthew Koo BMW in 14th. Garrett Warren's Acura in 15th. Nathan Lafayette's McLaren in 16th. Mark Sherman McLaren in 17th. Isaac Bildo in the BMW starts in 18th. Jake Mediocre Strawberry Milk Car starts 19th. Davis Greenwell in the Mercedes in 20th. Taylor Dixon starts McLaren in 21st. Cleo starts 22nd. Scott Elston in the McLaren starts in 23rd. And Daniel Llewellyn in the low drag Corvette 24th. 24 cars set to do Laguna Seca here. We got a Let's Go Penguin Man in chat. Tell Nathan you said that. Nathan, you got a fan in chat. Oh my god, they're wrecking under the short parade lap. What the? Oh my god.
Hey, shout out to the chat then.
Yeah, it's Matt Banky saying Let's Go Penguin Man.
Cool deal. I'll do my best, Matt.
All right, bud. Good luck.
Thanks.
Broadcast underway. Regan Carty going into the Andretti hairpin first. Side by side for the third spot coming through there. It's going to be Zach Mitchell getting the best of Diego Iturbe. Mitchell third, Diego fourth. Logan Wilson battles Blake Jackson for fifth. Corvette and BMW head into a right-hand corner. It's going to be brief advantage for the BMW, but now we're going to switch back to the left. Corvette will have the preferred inside line. And then they start climbing the hill, heading towards the ever-famous corkscrew. Looks like we have Matthew Koo in the 33 spun out. Let's see what happened to Matthew. A little bit of three wide there, and teammates make contact. 98 and 33 getting together there. Trying to see what happened at the very start. I think it was mediocre. Let's see. Go back to the start real fast. Right at the very initial start, someone spins right off the get-go. It may have been the 90-something there. 98, James Frater? Yeah, 98 spins the first quarter. Wow. Interesting. Let me try to fix it. How about now, will you? How about now? Carty still leads from Rankin, Mitchell, Iturbe, and Wilson now. Blake Jackson in the 6th spot. Brad Wilson 7th. Mackus in 8th. Colin Teague 9th. Elijah 10th. And Jacob Peterson in 11th. James Frater, another issue in the 98 car. Not having a good time out there right now. Oh, Garrett Ward spins as well. The 45 car goes around. Let's see what happens here. Make a little contact into the corner. Garrett Warren spins out, and then 98 feels bad about it. He pulls off and sits there. I think he takes a tow. Well, all right. A lot going on. Many incidents. All right, let's fix our lap counter while we're thinking about it. Always does that on this. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I forget, but there you go. 27 minutes to go on the counter. 27 minutes. Regan Carty out front by a second over Scott Rankin. Another second back to Mitchell. Another second back to Diego. And then Logan, half second back in the Corvette. Trying to put the pressure on for that 4th spot. Mackus and Brad Wilson battle for 7th. McLaren versus BMW. Out of the final corner and heading down to the Andretti hairpin. Mackus will get a slight advantage. And Mackus will use the double apex and get ahead. Move Mackus up to the 7th spot. Brad Wilson drops down to 8th. Colin Teague right in tow. The pink Mercedes is 9th. Elijah in the chrome Mercedes with the Hoonigan Monster sponsorship running in 10th. Jacob Peterson, Skir Squad, McLaren just behind in 11th. Isaac Bilodeau in the 26th, currently in 12th. Davis Greenwell, a white Mercedes in 13th. Nathan Lafayette cruising in 14th. Mark Sherman, the Cookie Monsters, 15th. Matt Taku in 16th. Tweety Bird, Taylor Dixon in 17th. Garrett Wanted Goons Warren. He has a meme now. He's running in the 18th spot, just ahead of the boss lady, Cleo Wood, leader of the Skir Squad, in the 19th spot. Looks like Jacob Peterson and Elijah going through the corkscrew. A bit of a contest there. Oh my gosh, a little too much curb there. And get wide in the 44. Opens the door to the outside for the 13 Mercedes. See if he can do the crossover back to the inside and get the good run back to the hairpin. Doesn't look like it. All the rocks are kicking up. Oh my gosh. Peterson having a blink right in front of him. One eye on the mirror, one eye on the blinker. Wilson still putting pressure on Mackus here. 7th place battle not going away just yet. We got the Mercedes battling one another now. Elijah and Colin. Colin not able to complete the pass. Out of the race already. James Prater and Daniel O'Wallen, both of those cars have had enough. That leaves mediocre in 22nd. Theo Wood in 21st. Scott Elston in 20th. We'll run him back up through the field. Ryan File 19th. Taylor Dixon 18th. Garrett Warren currently in 17th. Davis Greenwell 16th. Matthew Koo 15th. Nathan Lafayette. And look at this battle. Oh, a little bit of door contact. Matthew Koo gets those elbows out. Make sure he makes the corner. Nathan Lafayette drops to 15th. Sherman and Koo get through. 13th and 14th now. Isaac running in 12th. Colin Teague 11th. Elijah 10th. Peterson 9th. Brad Wilson still applying pressure to Mackus. Blake Jackson trying to work over the Corvette. That will be for the 5th spot. Snail can snag a spot on the Corvette. Logan gets it way out wide on that first apex, keeps it tidy on the second apex, then gets wide into the rocks. All the gravel already. Barely 5 minutes into this thing. Oh, and rocks everywhere. Macus and Wilson. Peterson and the Mercedes. 2 of the 3. Those are our 3 tightest battles right now. This is the race to try and make the final round of the chase here. Top 10 drivers and points after this race move on to a 5-round chase format playoff. All 5 rounds count the same. That way we don't have one race determining everything and people trying to manipulate that. We've had issues in the past where people wanted to ruin the fun. Rocks sliding out everywhere. Oh, here we go. Out of that final corner, heading down to the Andretti hairpin. It looks like Blake Jackson got a really good run. Really good exit on that final corner. And down into turn 1. Completes the pass on the Corvette. As a double left-hander leaves no choice for Logan Wilson but to drop in behind. Now he'll try to apply pressure and try to see if the 69 of Blake Jackson will make a mistake. Regan Carty still in cruise control, now has a 4-second lead over Scott Rankin. So heading up the hill towards the corkscrew. Let's see the line our leader takes through here. Nice and sidey. Scott's gonna get way wide. Uh-oh. Logan spun the Corvette. He's putting pressure on for 5th spot. Goes around. Let's see what happened to the 76 car. He's giving chase to the BMW. Catches a little too much to the curb, gets out of shape, and then out of shape on the dirt. Doesn't go very well. Spins it around. Fortunately, doesn't hit anything. Now back in action. Drop down to 13th, just ahead of Matthew Koo. That creates a new closest battle on track. Leader starting to catch lap traffic. Not too far away from running up in the back of 22nd. Let's go on board. Take a ride with Regan. We'll start going up the hill. VP tunnel. Left-hander, then some more uphill. Always laugh at the Bubba Burger sign. And a blind crest down into the corkscrew. Another blind crest, and look at all those rocks. My goodness. Another quick left-right section, and we head into that final corner, which is a very slow one. All the way down to first gear. Flips the apex. Back to the start-finish. And that will put the strawberry milk car of Jake Mediocre behind 1 lap. Still one of my favorite cars, though. Checking on Scott Rankin. And that is what a 5-second lead looks like. That is 2nd place, Scott Rankin. Another 4 seconds back to Mitchell. And Mitchell has Diego Iturbe all over him. Diego applying all kinds of pressure. The Skr Squad teammates in the 3rd and 4th spots. We've got Davis Greenwell and Garrett Warren trading 16th spot. Diego's able to put a move on, not this time. Go back up the hill. Checking on Colin Teague running 11th, trying to chase down Isaac Bilodeau for 10th. Logan putting pressure on Mark Sherman. Closing in on halfway. We just miss. I think Isaac made a mistake there. Isaac gets out wide going through the corkscrew, and that usually results in a little bit of a slowdown. Probably had to clear that and cost Isaac the 10th spot. Colin moves up to 10th. Elijah's driven away from Colin. Mercedes drivers were right there together. Elijah up in 9th. Only close battle in the top 10. Diego Turbe is still trying to get this 3rd spot away from Zach Mitchell. Who's trying to channel Nathan's inner C2X. Macus. Don't often see Macus make a mistake, but let's see what happened to the 12. Oh, he's loose coming in on entry. You saw that counter steer right away. Bumped it into the tire barriers, and Marcus Hagman in the 12 rather forget this race, I believe. Looks like he may be wounded as slow as he's going now. Nathan Lafayette gets around Mark Sherman. Let's see how that went down. Uh-oh, Sherman gets out in the dirt. That's how that happened. Sherman gets a little wide. Loses the gap. Check in on Elston. Trying to chase down Taylor Dixon. That's a battle for 19th. A couple of McLarens. The NHRA makes me laugh. The series selects the least amount of turns, and the series that we run that has the most amount of turns. And Macus clearly wounded, limping that BMW back to the pit lane. Falling all the way to 21st. Here he goes into the pit lane just before halfway through this race. Want to pick up his fast repair. Turbe keeping up the pressure. Not yet found a way past the Ferrari, but definitely keeping the Ferrari honest. Turbe and Mitchell have been going at it. Turbe probably kind of mad at his qualifying effort. Oof. Out in the dirt goes the Ferrari. Let's see where Turbe tries to take the pass. We'll go to the outside on the hairpin. That's a move. Have to drive it in there deep. And then pitch down that Ferrari. Didn't pinch at all. Crossover's not there. Wilson and Isaac. This is for a 10th spot. Last spot in the top 10. BMW versus Corvette. Davis Greenwell gets around Ryan File. And Logan will move up into P10. Puts a couple of BMWs behind him. Not been a very good day for the BMWs overall. Of course, we do have Diego Turbe in 4th, but overall the BMWs have not been there today. So we approach halfway. Blake Jackson runs 5th in the BMW. McLaren in 6th. McLaren in 7th. Mercedes in 8th. Mercedes in 9th. Corvette in 10th. And then Isaac's BMW and Matthew's BMW. A couple more McLarens, 13th and 14th. Nathan Lafayette and Mark Sherman battling. Sherman wants the spot back. And he'll have it, heading into the corkscrew. Cookie Monster, take away Nathan's cookies. We'll see how angry penguins get when you take their cookies. Apparently not angry enough. Mark Sherman already a half second on Nathan Lafayette. Turbe not as close to Mitchell anymore. Elijah not as close to Peterson anymore. We're looking for battles. Elston and Dixon still doing their thing. About a half second apart. Ooh, Elijah got wide there. Back tire in the dirt. Things starting to get spread out here at Laguna Seca. A few battles to look at. Cookie Monster's not completely driven away yet. Most of the battles are getting over 1 second now. Starting to get pretty spread. To get on the radio and start telling jokes or something. Isaac and Matty battle for 11th. 33 versus 26. Scooter Squad bragging rights on the line between the two teammates. Matthew throws it down the inside. Isaac gives room, gets even a little too much room, all the way out in the dirt. Matthew Koo takes over 11th. Let's check in on Cleo. There she is, just ahead of Scott Rankin. Take Mediocre had to come down, take a fast repair at some point, about 6 laps ago. Makis, you saw him have his struggles, had to take the fast repair. Mediocre actually didn't take a fast repair, just stopped and towed. Now stopped and towed again. Mediocre back to the pit lane. Makis moves up as a result to 21st. Might just be doing that to get out of the way for the Mediocre machine. There's your leader by 7 seconds. Show you how far 7 seconds is. That's across the line. And there's Scott Rankin. And that's 7 seconds later. Mitchell another 7 seconds back. And 2 seconds to Diego Iturbe. He's got a second to Blake Jackson. 4.8 seconds back to Brad Wilson in 6th. 9 seconds back to the 44 of Jacob Peterson. It's quite the gap. And Jacob has Elijah right behind an 8th. Colin not too far behind a 9th. Logan pretty close in 10th. Matthew Koo 11th. Isaac Billadou in 12th. Max Sherman 13th. Nathan Lafayette 14th. Garrett Warren riding 15th. Ryan File in 16th in the 81 Lambo. Davis Greenwald in 17th. Then you got a long gap. 1 lap down. Taylor Dixon. Sweetie Bird coming in 18th. Scott Elston just behind him in 19th. So they are battling for the position. And funny enough, that's the closest battle on track between the 2 lap cars of Taylor Dixon and Scott Elston. 10 minutes to go here at Laguna Seca. Running 20th. Cleo getting out of the way there of the lead lap Ferrari. 54, Zach Mitchell. And Makis runs back in 21st, a lap down. Last car 1 lap down. And then Mediocre 3 laps down on the pit lane. Currently 22nd. There's your full field rundown with 10 minutes to go. Regan Carty just stretching it out on Scott Rankin. Zach Mitchell running in 3rd, has the Ferrari. First of our BMWs running in 4th, Diego Iturbe. Blake Jackson, another Beamer, in 5th spot. Uh-oh. Got Isaac around. I'm just talking about him. See what happens. Lost the back end. Back end of that BMW just came right on around. Elijah putting pressure on for 7th. And Scott Rankin, 2nd place car, has ditched the Lambo in the dirt. What had happened here? Past the lap car, maybe broke his concentration a little bit. Gets kind of out of sorts and noses hard into the tire pack. Scott Rankin's machine still driving, fortunately. There's a hard hit in the tire pack, so we got Colin Teague having a problem. Similar spot here for the Mercedes. He got too much of the curb, and that just unsettles the car. Wow, lucky escape for Logan Wilson there. Logan got a face full of pink Mercedes. That was really fortunate not to be a bigger mess than that was. Still the closest battle on track, Taylor Dixon and Scott Elston. They're having a good old time. In the top 10, it's Elijah and Jacob. 7th and 8th. Scott Rankin, looks like that car a little too damaged. Brings it down the pit lane with 8 minutes to go. I don't know if he'll even bother fixing it. He may just call it a day. Trying to find anything to show you guys it's a good battle. It's not a lot right now. Things are spread out. It's a big track. It's a fairly big track. Elijah's been trying to put the pressure on here for 6th spot, but became 6th after Scott Rankin had his problems. Watch this drop down into the corkscrew. That's crazy. I'm throwing rocks at him. Missed the apex a little bit there. More rocks. Look at that. Crazy. That would distract the shit out of me. I'd just be running around. Oh, look, rocks. Momentary disconnect on that car. Oh my gosh, Davis is in the rocks. Mercedes having that problem in that same area again. This time it was Davis losing the nose. Pretty hard hit. Looks like Regan Carty had a bit of an off track, throwing rocks everywhere. Got an 18-second lead now as Mitchell in 2nd. Scott Rankin falling out. Regan Carty doesn't need to push, but he's still pushing. It's Logan Wilson battling Elijah, the Corvette versus Mercedes. Elijah had some problems here the last couple laps. Scott Rankin has rejoined the race back in 16th. Working lap number 18 of a projected 22. Just a handful of laps to go. Regan carries on as your race leader. 18 seconds now the lead over Zach Mitchell in 2nd. Diego Iturbe in 3rd. Blake Jackson's 4th. Brad Wilson in 5th. Jacob Peterson rides 6th. And here's the battle. Elijah and Logan Wilson 7th and 8th. Corvette versus Mercedes. Corvette has the preferred inside lane for the Andretti hairpin. Already decided by the time they get there. That is port position just ahead. Jacob Peterson, if Logan Wilson can get up there, and might be able to take that 6th spot away. Let's just watch on board the Mercedes here. 5 minutes to go. This is 6th, 7th, and 8th. Start to head back up the hill. I think Isaac may have picked up a incident black flag. You get a 17 incidents, you do get a black flag. Diego Turbay's at 14, he's got to be careful. Isaac picked up the penalty, he's going to have to go down the pit lane to clear that. And drive through penalty. And there he is, he stopped in the pits. And he's disappeared. He's had enough. I'll move Macus, Cleo, and Jake up since they're still running. Oh, Regan. Race leader getting out wide in the dirt. Only his 3rd incident point. Very precise. The only one better right now is teammate Elijah. Nathan Lafayette has 0. Elijah has 1. Marcus gets past Isaac, moves up to 19th. Cleo up into 20th. 4 minutes to go from Laguna Seca. Regan Carty feels like he has a 4-minute lead. It's only 19 seconds, but it feels worse. In second place, Zach Mitchell going through the corkscrew as Regan is crossing the start-finish line. Just wait for all this time. Show you the gap. How far away 19 seconds is. Taking my time saying things because it's a lot of time to fill. Mitchell out of the final corner and at the start finish line. That's how long that gap is. It's crazy. Crazy. 19-second lead in a 30-second race, or 30-minute race. It's pretty nuts. Push back in on this trio. And indeed, Logan Wilson's reeled in. Jacob Peterson in the McLaren. Now can he find a way by? Come out of the final corner. Looks like Peterson's going to protect that inside at all costs. Which means having a very shallow entry into the first part of the hairpin, which will compromise exit. Wilson tries to keep it powered up. Not quite able to stay alongside. Elijah right there hoping they make contact. Diego's up to 15 incident points. Diego has to be very careful not to pick up that drive-through. Drive-through probably drop him back to at least 5th, if not back to maybe 9th. Logan Wilson finally getting position here on the 44 and gets cleared. Wilson up to 6th after his spin on the rebound. It's 14 seconds to Brad Wilson. A lap and a half to go. Oh my gosh, who just went straight? Taylor? It was Taylor Dixon. 31 McLaren went straight in the corkscrew. It's not a good place to go straight. Ungood, you would call that one. Garrett Ward's got a battle going on. Chasing down Cookie Monster for 11th. All the rocks. Insane. It looks like someone just went around and sprayed kitty litter everywhere. Elijah putting on pressure now, trying to take 7th spot away from Jacob Peterson. Peterson already lost 6 to Logan Wilson. Keeps that tight line into the hairpin again. Elijah trying to find any way by. Looking left, looking right, looking left, looking right. Time about to expire, but the leader's coming out of the final corner, so we will get 22 laps. As the white flag is displayed for Regan Carty crossing the start-finish line with a minute left. And you see it on the screen, white flag in the air. So watch this battle. Elijah and Jacob Peterson for 7th. Everything else is pretty spread out. Sounds like Colin got a little wide back there. While Elijah trying to find anywhere to go here. They got another lap after this one, so they're still on 21. The leader's half the track ahead of them. Woo! Colin Teague and Matthew Koo may have made contact there. Very close proximity between these two. As Matthew gets out in the dirt, so does Colin Teague. They go into the final turn and see the white flag as they get ready to start their last lap. Check in on our race leader, who's now has 22 seconds in hand going through the corkscrew. Regan Carty dominant today. Seen this a couple times out of Regan. Through the final couple of corners. Right-hander and the slow first gear left-hander. And it'll be Regan Carty. Bring it out of the final corner. Checker flag waves and Regan Carty wins here at Laguna Seca. And now we wait what feels like an eternity. There's your second place car. Out of the final corner for Zach Mitchell. Flashing lights and everything. Brings it home P2. Diego Iturbe brings the BMW home 3rd. Blake Jackson across the line in 4th. Brad Wilson for Shenandoah Shine. Pick up the top 5 in a McLaren. And Logan Wilson 12 seconds, 15 seconds behind. Gets wide in the final corner. Who cares? It's almost done. Matthew Koo just picked up the black flag incident point on the last lap. That's brutal, Matthew. Brutal. Logan Wilson gets that 6th spot. Peterson holds off Elijah for 7th. Colin Teague going to pick up the 9th spot. And Matthew Koo not going to be able to clear the black flag because you're going to be passing the start-finish line. Garrett Warren will pick up the... Doesn't say. 11th spot. There it goes. Mark Sherman 10th. Garrett Warren 11th. Nathan Lafayette 12th. Matthew Koo will register briefly as 13th, but I think will continue dropping down the order. Ryan File shows 14th at the moment. And Scott Rankin 15th. Well, there you go. Regan Carty is your winner. Make his way back around. And we'll go talk to your winner as soon as I can find him in chat. There he is. Oh, he's deafened and muted. That's no help. Wait for him to undeafen and see if I can talk to him. Regan! Regan, undo the thing.
Oh, hello, sorry.
There he is. I'm like, you're deafened, hey! Well, we picked up the win here at Laguna Seca. Nice job there. You get a 1, 2, 3 for Skur Squad. Really 1, 2, 3, 4 with Blake back there as well. So good effort for the team today. How do we feel?
Yeah, feeling decent. Feel a lot better than last week anyway. You know, no more cold symptoms, so that's nice.
That's good.
And was honestly kind of scared of who was it that was racing the Lamborghini?
Scott.
I thought Scott was going to be like really close up to me. He was looking pretty good for qualifying. I don't know whether he just got a bad qualifying, but he's telling me that his tires were like falling off all the time, which is, you know, Lambo problems in it.
Indeed. Congrats on the victory here. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts for your victory.
Shout out to Skur Squad yet again for letting me be a part of their team, and shout out to Sidewinder for sponsoring this league and having fun in it.
All right, well, we appreciate you. Congrats on the win, and hopefully we'll see you back here next week.
Appreciate it. Seeing a bit, mate.
We're going to have to start giving that man just EOLs and make him start at the tail of the field. He's too good. Too good. Congrats on yet another victory to the 17. Let's see if we can track down the 54 of Mitchell. He's down here hanging out with the rest of the team. Zach getting a P2. Let's drag him down in here. Zach, DG, you got a copy? Hello. There's Zach. Hi. Well, hey, congrats on your P2. Nothing you can do about that Regan Carty out front, but still a pretty solid day for you. How do you feel?
They're pretty good. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I've been basically P4, P5 the entirety of the time I've been here, and being P2 is sort of a surprise, but it's good.
It's a good surprise. Congrats on that P2. You got friends, family, sponsor shoutouts for your Skur Squad podium?
I'd like to thank the Skur Squad for like bringing me on board after, you know, not really meeting me and then saying they want me in due to my results and stuff. That's probably it at the moment.
Fair enough. Don't forget Cleo.
Well, Cleo, obviously.
Alright, well, get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Alright, thank you very much.
And go drag in Diego. Diego, DG, you got a copy?
Hello, DG. Yeah.
All right, well, we got third place today, and still a pretty good effort. Had to recover a little bit from not the best qualifying effort, but you still got back up on the podium. Has to feel pretty good.
Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
So you had to, not the best qualifying, you had to work to get back to the podium today.
Yeah. This car at this track is so hard to drive. BMW here sucks a lot. And yeah, on the race I tried to recover some positions, but it's difficult to overtake here.
BMW looks like it struggled for a lot of the drivers today, so if you're the best of the BMWs. That has to feel pretty good. But congrats on the third place finish, and get on out of here. Enjoy your weekend.
Oh, thank you, DG.
Diego bringing it home in P3. And Blake Jackson 4th for a Skirter Squad top 4. Logan Wilson breaks up the party in 5th. Let's see our final results. If I can get this page to work. There it goes. Took a minute. It's like, I don't want to. Regan, Zach Mitchell, Diego Terry on the podiums. Blake Jackson, Logan Wilson getting top 5s. And Jacob Peterson, Elijah Toth, Colin Teague, Mark Sherman, and Garrett Warren in the top 10. Page 2, Nathan Lafayette, Ryan File, Scott Rankin, Matthew Koo, Davis Greenwell, Brad Wilson, Scott Elston, Cleo Wood, Taylor Dixon, Marcus Hagman. And the final 4, Jake Mediocre, Isaac Bilodeau, Daniel Wallen, and James Prater. Thanks to all of our drivers that came out today to take on Laguna Seca in the GT3s. And we will figure out our points here in just a moment. I'm actually going to do them live so the guys on YouTube can actually see them as well. We're going to do points right now. Right now. Like the rightest of nows. So hang with us as we pull this up. And it doesn't take too long. Just have to get to the right series. And then load it up. Open up schedules. Pull the event. Drop it in. Import results. Alright. It'll be in a hot sex. And standings. Here you go. Your 10 playoff drivers for the GT3 series are going to be. As soon as I move things. Excuse me. There we go. Cleo makes it. Oh my gosh. Regan, Diego, Blake, Macus, Jacob Peterson, Garrett Warren, Nathan Lafayette, Ian Montrose, Davis Greenwell, and Cleo. Cleo makes it in. Congrats, Cleo. Let's go tell her. She's already left. Cleo has already left. Can't tell her. Oh well. She'll find out later then. Well, there you go. Let's get on over to Super Speedways. Get the video saves. Oh, I can't read that. I still can't read that. And delete all that. And GT3 Laguna. In case I need that later. Save that. Let it close. Going to close this as well. I forgot we're still over on YouTube. Ba-da-da-ba-ba.